Welcome to Elevated Women, the podcast where energetics meets strategy and wealth becomes who you are. I'm your host, Myra Swan Kotze, subconscious reprogramming master, energetics mentor, multi-seven-figure coach, and Brain's 500 global honoree for my work in conscious business leadership. This space is your portal, a frequency upgrade for the woman who's done shrinking and ready to claim everything she came for. Let's melt the old patterns, rewire your money story, and build a wildly aligned business from your highest self. This is your next evolution. Let's begin. Welcome back to Elevated Woman. This episode is one of those turning points, the kind of truth that might feel like a breakdown and a breakthrough all at once. Because today we're burning the blueprint, the one you were handed, the one you downloaded, the one you paid thousands to learn but never quite fitted into. And we're building something real. We're building a business that fully aligns and actually feels like you. The blueprint you were never meant to follow, let's name it. Most of what's taught in the online world, a strategy, funnels, content, calendars, launch plans, endless sales calls, and it was all created through the lens of force. It was built around urgency, external validation, productivity as worth, and short-term performance, all masculine energy. But you're not here to perform. You are here to lead. You're here to build something that matches your essence, not your effort. So what happens? You try to squeeze your soul into someone else's strategy, and you start to disappear. You forget what lights you up. You mute your voice just enough to sound right. You override your instincts because you paid for that method. And eventually, your results feel off. Your audience doesn't respond the way they used to. You start wondering if you're doing something wrong. Let me be the first to say, it's not you, it's that blueprint. And it was never meant for the women like you. Strategy, soul, and selling. Redefined. So let's reclaim all three. Your style, my style. Strategy is a sacred container. I love strategy, but only when it's aligned. Don't get me wrong, ladies, strategy is really important, but it needs to be aligned. It needs to come after the internal work, after the energy, after believing, after stepping fully into who you are, after finding that woman that you're supposed to be, that you were born to be, after you become the elevated woman. Strategy on its own is masculine, but when it's aligned, it's beautiful. It's like I told you in previous episodes. Your masculine and your feminine needs to be in balance. If they are misaligned, your strategy becomes too masculine. Then you lose alignment. Strategy is not a cage. It's not a checklist to keep you safe. It's a container for your frequency to flow through. It's structure in service of your spirit, not instead of it. That means your strategy gets to be flexible, rhythmic, intuitive. Some months you sell in stories. Some months you go hard into long-form content. Some months you create offers easily and quickly. And some months you just simmer. Let your business expand and contract with you. Strategy should feel like support, not like a straitjacket. And yes, I can see you smiling, thinking of your arms folded around your body in that straitjacket and strapped in tight behind you. Is that how your business sometimes feels? Let's talk about soul, the frequency that leads. This is the part most coaches don't teach or even talk about. Your soul is the essence of your brand, your resonance, your frequency, your edge. It's the reason people don't just want to buy your products. They want to buy into you. And when your frequency leads and you lead from soul, people want to buy into you. They stream to you. When you lead from soul, your business becomes art. Your content hits differently. Your offers feel alive. Your boundaries are rooted in truth. And you don't chase energy. You hold it. You hold 10K, 20K, 50K, 80K, 100K plus months. You hold a deep trust in yourself. You hold a deep trust in your programs. You hold a deep trust in your leadership and in your pricing. And the more you express your soul, the more magnetic you become. You don't need to be louder. You need to be more you. You don't need to be softer. You just need to be more you. Let's look at selling as a sacred invitation. Let's talk about those sales, because I've seen women collapse here. I so often hear, but my angels will bring me all the clients I need. I don't need to sell. I don't need to do marketing. My angels will bring me the clients. My question is, darling, where are those clients then? You see, the thing is, nobody's angels can bring them clients until you're ready to receive those clients. And if you're not willing to make that sacred invitation into your world, how can your angels bring you those sales, those clients? I see so many brilliant women, and they're really good at what they do. But the moment it's time to sell, their voice changes, their power wobbles, and their energy shrinks. Why? Because we've been taught that selling is aggressive, that it's manipulative, that it is yuck, that it is icky, that it's asking for something. And why is that wrong? Because we've been taught that. We've been taught asking for something is not a good thing. But selling, true embodied selling, is sacred. And I want you to really understand this, so that your angels can bring you all the clients. Selling really is a sacred invitation. It's not pressure. It's permission. It's permission for you to make that sale, to bring that client into your world. It's permission for you to make the offer and invite the client in. It's permission for the client to enter your world. When you sell from alignment, you're not chasing the sale. You're offering a solution. You're not convincing, you're calibrating. You're not faking confidence, you're anchored in truth. Selling becomes a service, an energetic transmission, a portal you're opening, not a pitch that you're performing. There's a big difference, ladies. And for you who's listening, if sales has always been something that you don't like and you get that horrible feeling in your body, reframe it. Listen to this part again. Because without sales, without that sacred invitation for you to open up your world to the people that needs your gifts, there is no business. It's just a hobby. When you understand that, you stop avoiding sales and you start loving them. Remember, go write it down. Keep it somewhere on your screen or somewhere where you can see it daily. Sales is a sacred invitation. I want to tell you a little bit about the story of mine. We all know I like to tell stories. And I've told you this before, probably if you're in my world and you've known me over the past years. And if you are new to my world, you're going to hear it now. And I want to go deeper here. I want you to really get this. About 8 years ago, I paid a huge amount of money. 8 years ago, it was a lot of money. I paid high four figures for a coaching program, a launch structure, really, for someone else's launch structure. And I did everything because she was making money and she was really good at this. And so I thought, you know what? I need to launch this way because I'll be able to make more money quicker. And I did everything to the letter. 9 days of content, lives, emails, DMs, endless sales calls, all the things. And it flopped. And I was drained. Nothing about it felt like me. So I had to sit down and think, what was wrong? And I realized I started to try and sell the way she sells. It wasn't me, but she told me to do it because it works. So I listened. I paid a lot of money. You know, if you pay a lot of money, you want to get value. But the moment I started selling as someone else, I completely lost who I was. And it just felt flat. I didn't like any of this. I didn't like the way the 9 days were laid out. 9 days were far too long for me and for the people that was in the group and in the launch. So after a few weeks of going down that rabbit hole, I shifted. I stopped trying to be perfect the way she wanted it. and I started listening to my body. I turned my launch into a short, powerful 2-day experience that actually felt delicious, and it exploded. Now, I know you're going to say to me, but in previous episodes, you told us that you've never really felt aligned. I need you to understand that there were times that I felt aligned, but there were times that I didn't feel aligned. And overall, I wanted to embody the power of energy. I wanted to make it mine. I wanted to live in ultimate flow in my business and in my life. I needed that more, and that is what I was looking for when I actually got certified. I didn't even get certified in the beginning to really use it in my business. I did it for myself. I did it because I wanted to embody the work. But then as I went through the certification and I realized how powerful it was, I realized that I have to intertwine all of this and bring it into my work and make it the starting point of everything I do with my clients. Now let me go back to that 2-day launch experience that I had that exploded. Why did that happen? Because I let my soul lead and I let strategy follow. Very important. I've mentioned it a few times. So please, ladies, just understand that if you do not let your soul lead, the strategy falls flat. Eventually, it might be successful for you for a few years. That's why so many coaches are so successful, and then all of a sudden they reach that glass ceiling and everything just stops working. This is why. Okay, this is why it happens. It's because you don't lead from your soul and you focus only on strategy. And strategy alone is only masculine energy. Leading from your soul comes from feminine energy. And if you just lean into the masculine and you as a woman don't allow your feminine to come to the front, it's going to start breaking up around you. Your business is going to start breaking up around you. People are not going to hear you the way they used to hear you. And they are not going to buy from you anymore because they can feel what is happening. Unconsciously, they feel it. So that moment taught me that aligned success feels different. Years later, I repeated the same silly mistake. Another mentor, another structure, another launch plan, and another misalignment. But this time I knew, I felt it very early in the coaching program. And I made a decision. I've invested. I've got to see it through. Let's twist it around. And I took what landed and I left the rest just there in the coaching container. I didn't bring it into my business. I didn't bring it into my body. I didn't make it mine. I only took what felt good in my body from that coaching program, and I brought it into my world, made my business even more successful with it. And that is what I want for you. I want for you to learn, even when you've paid lots of money for a program, there's always going to be stuff in that program that doesn't align with you, and there are going to be things that will align with you. Make what aligns with you yours and leave the rest right there. You don't need another system. You need permission. You get to build offers your soul is obsessed with. And believe me, when your soul is obsessed with them, your clients will be obsessed with them. Sell in a way that lights you up. Create content that drips with your truth. Move with the rhythm of your body, not a calendar. Be magnetic because you're anchored in you. You don't need another guru. You don't need to get it right. And don't get me wrong, we all need a coach. We all need somebody to lead us a little bit at some points in our lives. There's nothing wrong with investing. It's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is right now, you don't need another guru. You don't need to go viral. You just need to remember who you are and build from there. Before we close, I want to leave you with a few reflection points to integrate this episode on a deeper level. You don't just need more information. You need embodiment. So take these to your journal, or even better, take them into your body and into your business. You don't have to write them down. Just listen. I will put them into the show notes for you. Where in my business am I following a blueprint that no longer feels aligned? What strategies, structures, or voices am I still prioritizing over my own truth? What would it feel like to create offers, content, and sales flows from my own rhythm? Where have I outsourced my power in the name of doing it right? What does success feel like in my body? Not just in numbers, but in energy, joy, alignment, and peace. If I gave myself full permission to burn the rules, what would I build instead? I want you to take some time with the last question and really feel it in your body. Get excited about it. Let this be your integration work. This is what separates performative business from embodied leadership. This is where you stop running in circles and start walking as her. If this episode landed today, DM me the word her way or anything else that you want to DM me on Instagram or Facebook. And if you want to take this deeper with me, I invite you into Simply Irresistible, my year-long business and frequency mastermind. Quantum wealth frequency, the recalibration of your wealth field. That is a 5-week one-on-one program where we go really deep and quantum leaps happen. Lux VIP days, high touch, fully customized, energetic business activations, or anything that you need. You can explore more at myraswankotze.com soon, or message me directly if you're feeling the pull. Next time in Elevated Women, I interview an amazing guest. We talk about simplifying and settling into 50K months. Until then, burn the blueprint, build from your soul, sell from truth, and walk as her now. Thank you for tuning into Elevated Women. If today's episode activated something in you, share it, tag me, or come say hi in the DMs. And if you're ready to go deeper, head to myraswankotze.com to grab your free gift or explore the offers aligned with your next level. Until next time, own your power, claim your wealth, and rise as the elevated woman you came here to be.